Yo, I bet I am back with another video by that boy Omizi, the disturbing truth about Chrisean Rock. About to get into it. Like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the other videos on the channel, and let's do it. Appreciate y'all.
Oh, this is for the seriously unemployed at this point. Chrisean Rock has the last year telling everybody she has changed. She put down the drinking, she put down the abusive lifestyle that she was living, found God, she's picked up motherhood, and she will no longer be the Chrisean Rock that got her famous.
So we're gonna do Bible studies, chat. I locked in, I consecrated, I fast, I prayed, I did it a lot.
And for what it's worth, over here at the Unemployed News Network, we applaud change, right? We hate when we go into our favorite restaurant or favorite store and they have a sign that says, hey, we have no more pennies. We like change. But the problem is that she never really took accountability for the things that she did and the actions that she had that would probably lead to her down this path of destruction in the first place. We're talking about the fights, we're talking about the arrest, we're talking about the way she behaved while she was pregnant.
Put it on the floor, ladies! One more time!
Dang, I forgot. She like, what is that, 6 months, 7 months? I don't know how months. Whatever months it is, she over here, I swear to God, I hope that's water. Because if that's not water and she doing that to her child, bro, crazy work. Crazy work.
And because you never really take full accountability and address those demons that have been chasing you, ultimately, after time has gone on, those things will come back to haunt you quick, fast, and in a hurry. Chrisean is now back on the internet having these public crash outs and is fighting in the streets.
I saw this video. Damn! Bro, the problem with Chrisean is that Chrisean is a dude. Like, you know how girls get down there, you know, the winding up, the hair pulling. Chrisean is a dude. You know what I'm saying? You almost have to get like fight her like a man, because she'll throw those hard ones at you. You know what I'm saying? Really catch you. You know, look, ooh, rock you. I'm telling you. She reminds me of one of my cousin's girlfriends, bro. I'm telling you. She reminds me of one of my cousin's girlfriends, bro, so much. Like, just how aggressive she is. And like the same hits she threw at other people, I've seen her throw at my cousin, bro, and land. You know what I'm saying? Got him running down the street, chasing her with a broomstick. Like, I'm telling you, bro, like, it's insane. Bro, she does too much. Oh. And she doing this with a smile on her face.
Come on now. Hold on. Oh, get right. Oh, these real punches. Oh my God, that's the corner.
And you know she been boxing. She been in that gym, so she got that form on it.
I know exactly what's going on here. So maybe Chrisean didn't become a different person. Maybe she just gave the same person a new image. If you're new to this and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It's gonna go a long, long way for the channel. Already at 185. My birthday was yesterday. Let's give.
Oh, happy birthday, old boy!
Subscribe so we can get to 200K. Don't make me have to Chrisean Rock you. Now, back into the video. Chrisean Rock is notorious, for lack of a better word, on the internet. All the public crash outs, the relationship with Blueface that was toxic, the whole thing with the pregnancy, all of that stuff. But it seems as though the internet commentary was getting to her. Maybe she was growing up, her life actions, she wanted to change them. But since the last time we covered her, she has seemingly turned her life to God. She's put down the drinking, she's put down the fighting, she's put down the smoke, she's put down all these things that were toxic in her life, and is putting a new image of a new person in front of our eyes. And for what it's worth, at first, I was happy about it.
I'm gonna start streaming from my bedroom. So we're gonna do Bible studies, chat. I locked in, I consecrated, I fast, I prayed, I did it a lot.
And this transformation is admirable. Oftentimes on the internet, we don't give people place and space to grow and change. We kind of hold them to a standard that they once were when they were younger or in a messed up place in their life or whatever the case may be. But to me, as long as you are showing like these efforts to change who you are, then I think that people should acknowledge that and give you a round of applause. Because we've got to remember, this transformation came from years, and I do mean years, of the drinking, the behavior that was happening in the past, the fighting, the cussing, just the belligerentness. I mean, she was Zeus Network, but unscripted, and it was all on our timelines. I think the worst of it all was how she was acting during and after her pregnancy with Chrisean Rock Jr.
Chrisean Rock is a horrible fucking mother, because at the end of the day, you're sitting here talking about
those nails are insane. Is that a pencil? Bro, why is one of those nails my finger and then some?
your son doesn't have a disability and that you don't claim that in Jesus' name. Bitch, Jesus gave you the fucking doctors to tell you that your son has disabilities. God will send people in your life to tell you certain things that you don't want to hear, but it's the form of the truth. Several family members have told you, several friends have told you that your son has disabilities. It is okay to pray over your children. It is okay to cover your children in prayer. But what is not okay is to be a dumb dick sucking bitch.
Bro, I'm skipping this. Like, bro is cussing way too much, bro. Like, chill out, fool. That's her, like,
Fucking pregnant.
God.
fucking CPS case and nobody sees it. And it's literally so aggravating because that poor baby deserves better.
Now, I will say for the most part, while she was going through this transformation, the timeline was very
You know, I skipped that. I got the gist of it. To be honest with you, though, like, it is what it is. Yeah, she's in the wrong, and she should have took care of herself a little more because, like, that's her baby. You know what I'm saying? She's harming her baby. But at the same time, it's like, bro, why are y'all upset because she said her baby doesn't have a disability? Like, for some people, honestly, some people don't like to use that word, like, because they're just different. Like, my baby's just different. They're not disabled. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like telling them they have a disadvantage in the world. You know what I mean? Like, and when they don't. And that's a good mindset to have. As someone that has siblings that have disabilities, like, I'm telling you, it's a good mindset to have because they go about their world as, like, they don't have a disability. They are regular people, treat them exactly the same. So that's one. I can see why, like, somebody would say that. But also at the same time, too, like, that's her child, bro. Like, I promise you, as toxic as her and Blueface is, that baby is not gonna want for anything in life. They got that baby covered financially. Now, whatever else, you know, things can be a little different, right? At least, like, things can be a little different, like their parents or whatever. But I guarantee they're not gonna do nothing to harm that baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody grew up with perfect parents. It's just how it is. It's just so happens to be that they are, what's the word? Like, their life is showcased. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy for us to judge. It's a little parasocial, to be honest. But yeah.
Proud and happy of what she was doing. But for me, there was a little bit of pause. I remember just a few months ago when she went on another podcast talking about her transformation, talking about.
But she is still wrong. Like, she shouldn't have been doing all that, for sure. She need to behave more like a parent and more like a woman and things of that nature instead of acting out the way that she does. However, I am very a big advocate of, if you take that as disrespect, stand on business. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that is. However you stand on business, stand on business. You know what I'm saying?
Things that she had learned and changed. But specifically when it came to this section where she was talking about her baby and how the online community is talking about whether or not the baby has mental illness, her answer to me was extremely toxic or shaky as far as what is she doing about the baby's diagnosis.
Blueface doesn't seem active in the child's life because of his disability. My son does not have a disability. He's developing at his own pace and hitting his milestones in his own timing. Every child is different, and I'm confident in his growth. If I said it, he had a disability, then he... Right, but it's like, don't tell me. I ain't saying, not even just that. It's like, say if someone, a doctor, anybody speak against your kid or yourself, then you should not accept it, bro. Yeah. Anybody.
That's a fact. Hey, like, I just said this, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that she's wrong, but I'm just saying, like, or he was wrong in the video. That's all I'm saying. But also at the same time, she does need to take accountability of certain things that so happens because she was having these habits or doing these things while she was pregnant. It could have led to some type of disability or some type of just like learning disability, because she knew that she was doing things, putting toxins in her body and poisoning her baby. You get what I'm saying? So she also has to take accountability as well. That's all I'm saying. But I understand from this point of view why she is saying that.
If they're guessing or whatever, no, the word said what the word said. God said what the God says.
Yeah, I was really skeptical from there. Back then, I was skeptical about her use of religion. I'm not saying that she isn't somebody who is starting to read the Bible, go to church, claim these things, etc., etc. And while finding God can give us a new image of who Chrisean is, it doesn't necessarily mean that we have a different Chrisean as a whole. It's just the same thing with different packaging. It's not that she changed because of need. She really changed because of all the internet scrutiny surrounding the commentary around all of her actions and transgressions that were going on the internet. But once you start to look at what she was changing from, I feel like the fights and the arguments and crash outs online are the least bit of concern when it comes to her. Chrisean's history is filled with extreme behavior. In 2022, she was arrested for taking a stolen G-Wagon, and also while in that stolen G-Wagon, she allegedly broke into a home and write "I love blue" in reference to Blueface in blood. Now, I feel like I could make a whole video series
in blood, bro. What? All right, bro. Maybe she is okay. That baby deserves better. What is going on, bro?
A toxic relationship with her and her ex-boyfriend.
As long as they don't hurt that baby.
But to be honest with you, that's not the worst. Parents, two consenting adults, you know, they have their own relationships. I don't necessarily agree with them, but at the end of the day, it's all consensual. The worst part about Chrisean Rock and her past is how she dealt with her soon-to-be newborn son, Chrisean Rock Jr., while she was pregnant.
Because we all was drinking, even you, with the baby and stuff. Why are you lying?
Bring the flute out and real like that. Ladies, one more
So yeah, no.
Get yourself together.
Where the bottle at? Oh my gosh.
Drink it.
She asked for another bottle. I'm just
No, you
gonna...
can't have no liquor.
Yes, I can. I can abort the child tomorrow. It won't hurt me.
No,
He should do
you
it
can't have no fucking liquor.
She's gonna abort the child? That's what I'm saying, bro. She has to take accountability, bro.
We were here last time, him and Chrisean. Chrisean was pregnant. Y'all were doing all that smoking and drinking here in the thing.
Fool.
This is Chrisean Rock smoking and drinking and clubbing and doing all these wild things while she was pregnant. This will produce that same baby who earlier in the video she denied had any sorts of disabilities. Even though she was told by multiple doctors, social media is screaming at her about what's going on here, she remained in denial, saying that it was actually up to God. She took no accountability for the situation, saying
That's what I'm saying, like, and that's another thing too, religion too, like, you can always believe in what you want to believe in, but I'm also gonna say this. Don't just, like, you have to take accountability and have responsibility as a person. Because when you just be like, oh, I'm going to leave it up to God, you just basically have no accountability. Like, it's just going to be all up to God. Which is true, but at the same time, you're using it as an excuse to avoid accountability. You have to take accountability. You knew what you were doing. And yes, your kid probably has some type of disability or some type of anything, a learning disability, whatever function, because of your actions. Regardless, forget what social media is saying, because I understand why she's defending her baby. She's avoiding accountability, but also it's her baby, you know what I mean? But if a doctor is telling you that behind closed doors, then you need to take that into account, because they're the actual people that are sitting in the hospital and running those tests and birthed your baby when you were in labor. They did all that. You feel me? They did all that. They ran all statistics. They ran all the diagnosis. They ran all that. So there's no cameras in there. It's just you. You need to take that and understand what's going on with that. You don't have to put your business out there, but you need to understand and take accountability. Simple as that.
hey, I'm going to continue to drink.
You can't say it's nothing wrong when there is clearly something wrong though.
Because at the end of the day, I'm going to get rid of it, only to keep the baby at the end of it all. And that's horrifying and disgusting.
That's
So
what I'm
let's say
saying.
we are in our forgiving era of it all. Let's say that, hey, you made these dumb decisions. You seem to have some sort of addiction problem. And then you found religion. And so you were able to deny the disability of it all. Even though I don't agree with any of that, let's just say we're following you down this rabbit hole. Even to this day, she is still avoiding any sorts of accountability in these actions. I guess she had finally come to the revelation that there is something wrong with the baby, that this baby does have some sort of disabilities. That's fine. That's dandy. There's actually nothing wrong with any sort of child having disabilities. What is wrong is a mother who continuously denies their actions in this, especially one that is trying to portray a new image about themselves to the public.
Wearing that black dress, y'all keep saying I was drinking in the club when I was pregnant. That was juice.
Really? It was just juice? I mean, she's literally denying things that we have on record, on video, on podcasts, on audio, on all of these different things, with multiple people testifying
That was not juice, big bro.
to the fact that she actually was drinking while she was pregnant. And this is why I and many others are starting to wake up to questioning about this newfound image that she has going around on the internet. Instead of saying that she made some sort of horrible decision and all she can do is learn to live with her actions and move forward with a baby that she can love and all these other things like that, she's still denying any sort of accountability for what she did. She does that by rewriting history about a situation that we saw in 1080p.
She couldn't stop herself from smoking and drinking while pregnant. She did have the child, and this September he will be 3 years old. He still cannot walk or talk, and it seems like also has a hard time just sitting up on his own without assistance supporting him. It is hard.
Wow. Oh, I am so sorry. Let me unpause that. Yeah, that was really bad, bro. Whole mouth wide open. My fault. Dang. I didn't know it was about that though. I didn't know it was that crazy. But yeah, bro, like I said, she has to take accountability, bro. Like, I'm telling you, from the other end, like, I understand, bro. I understand. But at the same time, you have to take accountability, bro. Like, you did that to your baby because you couldn't control yourself, because you didn't want to be better. You were doing all that because you wanted to abort it. And then you kept, like, that's what I'm saying, bro. No. And then you want to sit up here and lie, bro. You have to take accountability. It's not about rebranding yourself because you want to. You want to rebrand yourself because you don't want people judging you. That's doing it for the wrong reasons. You should want to do this because you want to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now.
It is actually heartbreaking. And I don't know why what she's done isn't just full-blown child abuse. Like, I don't know how that's not just a crime.
Facts.
Like, it's all just
she purposely did that too.
Right out there in the open. Like, it's not a secret.
As if her actions weren't already bad, she then decides to refuse to take any sort of accountability. So I'm supposed to believe that you've changed in all of this? And then there's this murder case that's been looming over her head for a minute. For the longest time, the internet was under the impression that Blueface, famous rapper, was the baby daddy or is the baby daddy of Chrisean Rock Jr. But it turns out that that may not be the case at all. There was this boyfriend that she was dealing with around the time that she got pregnant, and she was dealing back and forth between Blueface and this guy. And right before he was supposed to take some
murder of boyfriend Ronnie Doe remains unsolved for 17 months.
Court-ordered DNA test, he ends up dead. But the problem is that there's been some speculation that she has been involved with said ending of this man's life, even to the tune of the police coming up and
any royal. What? What? Bro, that's insane. No. This is too much. This is too much. That's one. And two, she claims investigators told her, we know you didn't do it. We got his phone. Investigators are liars, so.
Questioning her about her involvement, her thoughts, her opinions and feelings. She took this meeting without some sort of a lawyer present. And during this time, she would give what would be motivation for why she would end this man's life.
He is dead, bro. Y'all never asked me not one time how did I feel about it? Did it hurt me? Did it move me? At that point, I already stopped loving him. Not like that. When he died, I had no feelings in my body because it was like that person was trying to kill me before he left. Real, he really was. He was trying to diminish my character, my image. He was trying to clout chase off of my son that I love the most. Like, people be doing stuff and don't know what be actually the after effect. What?
Now, for what it's worth, the police haven't named her to be some sort of suspect in this situation, but the internet is speculating about it, and there's a good amount of motive for her to do this.
Yeah, that seems a little fishy, but if she did do it, I understand what she's talking about in that video, though. You know what I'm saying?
Exact thing, because ultimately he's bashing her name, and if the baby's not Blueface's, then that cuts off a whole section of her life that would continue to further the madness that ultimately does get her funded and paid very well. At some point, this stops looking like a bunch of random mistakes, and ultimately it looks like this pattern of behavior that's too hard to not like talk about and just brush it up against the wall and leave it for somebody else to sweep up. We can't do that anymore. Now you're probably asking yourself, Omar, it's almost like you're framing it as if she hasn't changed at all from her past behaviors. And that's kind of what I'm doing. For what it's worth, Chrisean is not like a great person in this world. Granted, we can forgive a lot of things, but if you're not gonna hold yourself accountable or even continuously deny these actions, then ultimately, hey man, we gotta start calling the pot black, the kettle black. Gotta start calling a spade a spade. Chrisean Rock has figured out the ultimate blueprint in this content creation game. She has figured out you can be horrible and you can get paid for being horrible. The algorithm rewards the horribleness of it all.
You know how much money he just made? He made 100K. I made like 60, but that was just from 2 days of hanging out with him. And I feel you, bro. Like, you know, like, okay, yeah, tighten up, da-da-da. Bro, I'm really just it's just business. It's just business. You feel me? I ain't even tripping.
The worse she behaves, the more attention she gets, the more content that can be put out there. The more content that's put out there, the more dollar signs she sees. Every fight becomes something that's a spectacle. It gets clipped.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, when their whole life becomes content like that, it's just a horrible way to go. Because at the end of the day, like, there has to be a way to separate content in your life. You cannot have both, like, all together. Like, when you're on camera, you're this person, you allow access to this much. And then after that, you have your own separate life that people should not be involved in besides the people around you. Like, you have room to just be a human. You know what I'm saying? Like, she can't, like, unwind both like her life and her social media. They're all intertwined, and she's like, well, I'm gonna do this off camera and on camera, so I might as well get paid for it. But that's like the wrong way to think about it, because now you have nothing to yourself, bro. And that's why she be spazzing and having these breakdowns and have these problems up there and with other people around her, like, and be acting wild. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shouldn't be a motive, bro.
To get circulated. And we know how the content creation economy goes. So the reality is, what incentive does she have to change? At the end of the day, she's still going to benefit.
She's going to benefit financially. She's going to be paid, and she's not going to care. There is no bad side of it, but she'll also still come on the internet and cry about it and be like, hey, I want to do this differently. I'm turning over a new leaf, and then still not turn over a new leaf. You know what I'm saying? And then want to complain about people backlashing her. Like, bro, come on. That's what I'm saying. You're not separating the two. So, of course, people are going to backlash you because you just have your life and content in the same, like, space.
financially from being the same exact person. Hell, I'd even argue that the change doesn't bring the dollars and cents. It doesn't even bring the commentary videos or the reactions from people. She's getting the rewards of being a bad mother in real time because social media dictates that that's what's supposed to happen. After years of doing this, Chrisean knows that being a disaster is profitable, and that's what makes this whole rebrand that she has going on very much so unbelievable. While she's saying that she's changing every other stream, she keeps doing the behavior that is having people call her the bad mother or a crash out or a nuisance or all these other things, because ultimately she's getting the dollars for it. And so maybe this is just simply who Chrisean is, and the dollars are coming in and they're rewarding her for being her. For what it's worth, Chrisean can find God, she can stop drinking, she can get baptized, she can tell everybody that she's changed until she's blue in the face, but that doesn't matter if the behavior ultimately stays the same, especially when she's refusing to acknowledge the things that she's did in real time. I don't know how she can sit there and lie to us and say that it's juice when there's video evidence of her drinking straight from a Don Julio bottle. And that's really the problem with Chrisean Rock, is that every time she's introduced this new version of herself, the behaviors dictate that she is the same old, same old. So maybe she genuinely does want to change, but the actions aren't lining up with those things.
Everybody wants to change. Everyone wants to be better, but nobody really, everyone always falls into their same old habits. And she's just a product of that. And it sucks because at the end of the day, like,
that's why you got
we don't see our lives, but I guarantee there's a lot of people's lives that are like that without the money. And they genuinely are just like that. And I do believe like she's gonna change when she wants to change. You feel me? And regardless of however that looks, she'll probably been doing the same if she didn't have the money. So hey, you're gonna do what you're gonna do, whether you rich or broke. Simple. I promise you that. I promise you that. If you want to go smoking, you got $1 million in your pocket, you're going to go smoke. If you got $10 in your pocket, $20 in your pocket, you finna go smoke. Go use that to go smoke. Either way, you're gonna go smoke. You know what I'm saying? That's just what you're gonna do. That's what you want to do. It doesn't matter.
Right back with Blueface trying to play the whole parenthood mother gimmick of it all. Hey, I'm getting the family back together. But later on that same night, you were in the streets throwing bows with his baby mama. I don't know. At this point, it's not a face.
Yeah, no, she a savage. I ain't gonna lie. And but also Blueface is fluky too though. He be having them doing that. You know what I'm saying? Anyway though, let me know what y'all think about it. Like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the other videos on the channel. And yes, y'all be safe, y'all be easy, y'all be smooth. Appreciate it.